Hey YouTube, it's a Substance Project. I'm Jody. I did a post last week on hidden sugar in food and specifically how to spot hidden sugar in foods, and I provided a list of names of all the different types of sugars that companies add to their food. And I promised that I'd do a post this week on how to read food labels. And I have 7 tips for you, 7 simple tips for reading food labels. And hopefully this will help you when you're at the supermarket or purchasing food online so that you can make healthier decisions for you and your family. So here we go. The first rule for reading food labels is to limit the sugar. As we know from my post last week, companies find clever ways of dumping in tons of sugar into their products. So you want to make sure that when you're reading that food label, you're looking for all those different names that mean sugar. And if possible, try to avoid the product if it does contain those added sugars. Rule number 2 is to avoid artificial sweeteners. These may be as bad for our body, if not worse, than actual sugars. So if you see on the label SACCHARIN, SUCRALOSE, ASPARTAME, you definitely want to avoid these products. Rule number 3 is to avoid the unpronounceables. Whole foods are often easy to pronounce, whereas chemicals, preservatives, fillers often have very long and difficult to pronounce names. So if you're standing in the supermarket aisle looking at a list of names that are really, really long and you have no idea what they mean, best to put the package back on the shelf. Rule number 4 is to check the oils that are used to make your product. You want to stay away from safflower, sunflower, soybean, corn, cottonseed, and other mixed vegetable oils. These oils contribute to inflammation in the body and cell damage. Try to find instead products used with avocado, coconut, or olive oil. Much healthier for our bodies. Rule number 5 is to watch your grains. You want to look for whole grain products. Products that contain whole grains have the grains still intact or just chopped up into smaller pieces. Great grains to look for in your products would be millet, amaranth, quinoa, brown rice. All better choices than your typical whole wheat flour, other processed grains. Rule number 6 is to run from partially hydrogenated oils. These are trans fats, which most of us by now know are very bad for our bodies. They're linked to a host of issues, most notably heart disease. They're made in a lab. They're very shelf stable. They were once liquid oils that had been turned into solid fats, so they can sit on shelves for a long time. But again, they're very bad for our bodies. We want to avoid them at all costs. And the final rule, rule number 7, is to focus on real food ingredients. You want to look for foods that are derived from vegetables, fruits, herbs, food in its natural state. So these are the 7 tricks for reading food labels. Hopefully they will come in handy the next time you're at the grocery store, and hopefully they'll help you become a more conscientious shopper and eater. Thanks for watching, everyone.